Hello everyone, so welcome you all to Ashok Tutorials, Meghalaya's first Ctet channel. So today, as you know that your Ctet examination is coming, right? So it is very important for us to see the previous year's question papers, right? So today, what I will do is that I will discuss Ctet paper 2, that is UP, alright, which is for class 6 to 8, and this question paper is from the year 2022 January. All right, so let us see what were the questions asked. And today the subject which I will be dealing with is child development and pedagogy, that is CDP portion. All right, and slowly we will see other subjects as well. All right, so now let us start straight away with CDP. Let's see what we have. So question number 1, what does it says? Proximo-distal principle is illustrated in which of the following examples? So proximo-distal, this word, I hope you remember what we mean by proximo-distal. So proximo-distal principle is illustrated in which of the following examples? Number 1, infant develop vision before the use of their arms. Infants develop cognitive abilities and then learn language. Or infants first learn to move their torso and then their arms and legs. Infants learn, cooing before babbling. So which one you think is the correct answer for this? So which one do you think is your correct answer here? So before you answer, you should know what we mean by proximo-distal, right? So what is proximo-distal development? So proximo-distal development is a type of development where growth starts at the center of the body and moves towards the peripheries or to the sides or to the extremities. All right, which means the development first of all starts from the center of the body, not from the top or bottom. It starts from the center towards the outwards. All right, and it describes the direction of growth and development of both the growth and development which is occurring from center to the outward. Then examples can be infant, they gain control first over their torso and arms and then their hands and fingers. So now when you are giving something to a small child, what the child will do. Suppose you are giving a pen. Will the child hold the pen only with 2 fingers? No, the child will grab the pen with the whole hand, right? Whole hand, which means they do not have control over their fingers, they have control only over their hands. So this is how the growth and development takes place. So this is the meaning of proximo-distal. So let me give you the correct answer here. The correct answer is option number 3. Option number 3 is your correct answer. So why? Because motor development in the human body does not occur in a haphazard manner or in a zigzag manner. It follows a sequence, it follows a systematic way. All right, and which also differs from one individual to the other. All right, then let's see question number 2. So what we have in question number 2, assertion is that children of poor income families have very different childhood than children of high income families. Reason is the period of childhood is experienced differently by children across varying cultures. So options we have, both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of 2. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. A is true but R is false, or both A and R are false. So now you see which one do you think is correct answer. So here the correct answer is A, which means both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. So what does it say? It says that children of poor families, they have very different childhood than the children from the rich families or from the well-to-do families. Why? And the cultural background gives children a sense of recognition, or it tells them like who they actually are. The unique cultural influences it also, the children are also affected by the unique culture they are coming from, the birth, the place where they have grown up, the customs they follow, the beliefs they follow, the food habits, the dressing attire, then and how emotionally they are developed, and how physically and mentally they have been grown up, and what are the different type of languages they are equipped with, or they know how to speak. So all these things, at the end of the day, it's going to affect the development of the child. All right, let's go to the next one. So let's come to the next question now. Improved athletic abilities, participation in games with rules, logical thought processes that are centered around concrete experiences are hallmark of the period of what? Infancy, early childhood, middle childhood, adolescence. So which one do you think will be the correct answer here? So let me tell you the correct answer here. Of course, you know that adolescence, right? Adolescence. And adolescence is also called a period of stress and storm, which you have to remember. Adolescence is also called what? It is called the period of stress and storm, alright? Then, in the final stage of cognitive development, what happens? The formal operational stage, the final stage is the formal operational stage, right? So children, they learn more sophisticated rules of, logic, and they then use these rules to understand how abstract concepts work and how they should be able to solve their problems. All right, the child can analyze what they can analyze their they can sense their environment, and they can make their own decisions. They can create the theories, right, about what is possible and what might happen in the future based on their current knowledge or based on their past experiences. All right, then let's go to the next question now. All right, question number 4 now. So what does question number 4 say? Let us see. Which of the following are secondary agencies of socialization? This is a very important question. Option A, books and magazines. Number 2, families, immediate families. Number 3, media. Number 4, school. So what are your options? So which are the secondary agencies of socialization? So what do you think? Which will be your secondary agency? So let us see the options. So your correct answer here is option number 3. So what are they? They are the books and magazines, media and school. Why not immediate family? So not immediate family, because immediate family is not not secondary. All right, immediate family is primary. All right, so the socialization that we receive in childhood has a long lasting effect on our abilities to interact with the people in and around us, right? So then what happens? uh, you know we know how to socialize in the society, how to talk to one another, how to talk with teachers, how to talk with peers, right? Let's go to the next option now. uh, question number 5. According to Piaget, the unfolding of biological changes that are genetically programmed is called equilibration, adaptation, maturation, social transmission. Which one will you call it? So your correct answer is option number 3, that is maturation. So according to Piaget, the unfolding of biological changes that are genetically programmed is called maturation. Alright, so one of the most important influence on the way we make sense, alright, of the world is maturation, because through maturity we are able to decide what is right, what is wrong. Parents and teachers, they have little impact on aspect of cognitive development, however, except to be sure that children get the nourishment and care they need to be healthy. So in our maturation, parents, teachers, they cannot play much role. It is us who have to play the main role for that. Now let's go to next question. That is question number 6. Choose the correctly matched pair of stage and its characteristics as proposed by Jean Piaget. So sensory motor engagement in mental manipulations, pre-operational development, object permanence, concrete operational, capable of operations but not abstractions, formal operation, unstable, unable to mentally reserve action. So which one do you think? So here they have asked which one is correctly matched. So your option is option number 3, which means concrete operational, capable of operations but not abstractions. They are not able to do it abstractly. All right. So concrete operational stage is the third stage in cognitive development theory, in which what happens, operational thinking starts. So what are the functions of this concrete operational stage? Operational thinking starts. All right, then intelligence is demonstrated through what? Through logical and systematic manipulation of symbols to concrete objects. Main focus is on the concrete objects. Children, they become more practical and realistic in their life. Now they develop problem solving capacities, but concrete problems only. They are not able to think abstractly or solve abstract problems. Capacities like conservation, numeration, citation, classification, and relationship development also are some of the characteristics of concrete operational stage. All right, so I am trying to explain to you as I am solving the problem, so that you don't have to study all this. You don't wander around here and there like what does it mean, what does it not mean. So that's why I'm trying to explain it all together. So let us see question number 7. So children talking aloud to themselves is an indication of their egocentrism, helps them to regulate their thinking, hinders their psychological and language development, is an identifier of severe behavior problems. So when children are talking with one another loudly, what does it mean? When they are talking loudly with one another, what does it mean? So this is question number 7, right? 7. So the option is 1, that is, it is an indication of their egocentrism. All right, it is an indication of what? It is an indication of their egocentrism. So who used this term? It was Jean Piaget who coined or who used this term. So Jean Piaget called it egocentric speech, believing what? Believing that children were selfish and could not adequately meld with another person's they speak to, or another person's speech. Now egocentrism refers to the child's inability to see a situation from other person's points of view, which means the child thinks only he is the king, he is the boss. This is the feeling the child have, according to Jean Piaget. The egocentric child assumes the other people see, hear, and feel exactly the same way. The child thinks that if I feel the pain, the other person should also feel the pain. If I'm happy, the other person should also be happy. If I am sad, the other person should also be sad. So this is what the child thinks. All right, let's go to the next question now. Question number 8. All right, so which of the following are examples of cultural tools that aid and change our functioning as per Leo Vygotsky? You all know, right, that Leo Vygotsky is known as the social constructivist. What does he known as? He is known as the social constructivist. So I have explained this even in Ctet, so you have to know very nicely. So here, which option is correct? Maps, language, calculator, or schemes? Then actually not here. Here you have to choose 1, 2, 3, 4. So which one do you think? Which of the following are examples of cultural tools? Cultural tools example they are asking that help and change our functioning. So map is correct. Then again language is also correct. Then again, what other can you see here? It is the what? The third one is calculator. So 1, 2, 3. That is option number 3, right? So if you need explanation, let me explain. So Vygotsky's cognitive development theory argues what? It argues that cognitive abilities are socially guided, all right, and constructed, which means society and the community, it has got a very big influence on the child's cognitive development, according to Leo Vygotsky. As such, what happens? Culture serves as mediator for the formation and development of specific abilities, all right, which means the culture plays a very important, very vital role, such as learning, then memory, then attention and problem solving. And also in Vygotski's theory, language is the most important symbolic system in toolkit, and it is the one that helps to fill the kit with other tools, which means according to Vygotsky, language is very, very important. So Vygotsky believed that cultural tools, including real tools and symbolic tools, play a very important role in cognitive development of the child. So he emphasized the tools that the culture provides to support thinking, so that all higher order mental process such as reasoning, problem solving, logical thinking are mediated by the psychological tools such as language, signs and symbols. So this is what the explanation can be. Let's go to number 9. So what we have, which of the following pedagogical principle would not, see, whenever you see the word not, you have to be alert, all right, become alert. Which of the following pedagogical principles would not be advocated by Leo Vygotsky? He is a social constructivist, so which one do you think will be a wrong answer here? Employ reward and punishment, promote social interaction, use cooperative learning, encourage children to use cultural tools. Before I think, you answer. Which one do you think will be the correct answer here? So we'll go what you think with. So, alright, I know. See, whenever you see the word social, this will be correct. Cooperation also correct. Encouragement of children will cultural. See, he is a cultural. He believes in culture, and he believes in society, and he believes in cooperation. He believes in group activities. So this one will be the wrong answer here. That is employment of rewards and punishment. This is the wrong answer here. Alright. Now let's go to number 10. So, which of the following does not indicate a child-centered classroom? Which of the following does not indicate? See again, not is here. So which of the following does not indicate a child-centered classroom? Sitting arrangement changes as per activity. Children's progress is reported in qualitative terms and on all aspects of development. Teacher reads the textbook and writes answers on the blackboard for students to copy. Children are engrossed in what they are doing. So which of the following does not indicate a child-centered classroom? Which means according to this question, which one is teacher-centered and not child-centered? That is what you have to give the answer. So what do you see? So here the wrong one will be this one. Teacher reads the textbook and writes answers on the board for students. This is teacher-centered. This is not child-centered. What happens? A learner or a child-centered classroom means we have to plan and transaction of the curriculum in the classroom in a way that will allow flexibility in pace of learning and style of learning, and it will give enough opportunities to the child, because we know that child is the one who construct the knowledge. According to Vygotsky, we have believed that, right? So we have to the teacher should act only as a facilitator. The teacher should not do the things for the children. He should only guide the children. It is therefore it suggests that an approach of teaching different from the existing practice of having a uniform curriculum, uniform learning materials and activities, uniform time and uniform instruction and evaluation strategies for the whole class. It should differ. It should meet the individual needs of the children in the classroom. Let's go to question number 11. In Lawrence Kohlberg's theory of moral developments, he is a psychologist, right? So in Lawrence Kohlberg's theory of moral development, what theory he gave? Moral development theory. The stages of social order maintaining is characterized by what? The stage. They are asking about the stage of what? Stage of social order maintaining is characterized by what? Understanding of reciprocity. Then let's see. Fear of authority and avoidance of punishment, seeking affection and approval of others, each member of the society having a personal duty to uphold. So which one do you think? So what was the question here? In Lawrence Kohlberg's theory of moral development, the stage of Social order maintenance is characterized by what? Fear of authority. The correct answer is this one, option number 4. That is, each member of society having a personal duty to uphold laws, according to Kohlberg. So Lawrence Kohlberg, expanded on the earlier work of cognitive theorist Jean Piaget to explain the moral development of children. Kohlberg believed what? He believed that moral development, like cognitive development, follows what? It follows a series of stages. As you know that Jean Piaget gave different series of stages for cognitive development, right? So here Kohlberg also believed that even when the child is developing morally, there are certain stages. He used the idea of moral dilemmas, stories that present conflicting ideas about two moral values to teach 10 to 6 years old boys about personal duty to follow laws, morality and values. So according to Lawrence Kohlberg, moral development is very important, and according to me also, I believe that a child should be morally developed, which means he should have etiquettes, he should know how to talk, he should know how to present himself in the society, he should not be arrogant, he should not be selfish, he should know how to live peacefully in society with the others. All right, let's go to question number 12 now. So according to Howard Gardner, you have to remember this name is very important. According to Howard Gardner, he was the one who gave the theory of multiple intelligence. So Howard Gardner was the one who gave the theory of multiple intelligence. Now intelligence is a single entity. There are several distinct types of intelligences. Intellectual traits can be classified along 3 dimensions: operations, content and product. Intelligence consists of a general factor and some specific factors. Which one do you think will be your correct answer? So according to what did Howard Gardner say? So tell me, what did Howard Gardner say about intelligence? So the correct answer is option number 2. That is, there are several distinct types of intelligence. He gave 9 or 10 types of intelligence, like mathematical intelligence, linguistic intelligence, musical intelligence, kinesthetic intelligence, artistic intelligence. Then what else he gave? You got so many types of intelligence. So Gardner's theory, based on information processing approaches, functions on 3 basic principles. All right, so the intelligence is not, so you have understood, right, that there are several distinct types of intelligence, as I told you, right? Now let's go to the next question. That is question number 13. So let us see what we have in question number 13. Use of gender neutral languages and discussing gender as a social construct rather than being biologically determined would promote gender discrimination, reinforce gender bias, encourage gender conformity, challenge gender stereotyping. So this is a very, very easy question. I believe that you all can understand and you all can answer this. So what do you think will be the correct answer here? Please give your answers. So use of gender neutral languages and discussing gender as a social construct rather than being biologically determined would do what? So your correct answer here is encourage gender conformity. So we have sex is a biological construct and gender is a social construct. This is very important point which you have to remember, that gender is a social construct, not a biological conduct, but sex is a biological conduct. All right, so in the classroom, we as teachers, we should promote gender equality, right? We should promote what? We should promote gender equality, which means we should treat both the boys and girls equally. We should give them equal opportunities, we should give them equal homework, we should treat them strictly with discipline, like whatever the expectation of discipline you have from boys, the same you should have from girls as well. You should have to maintain the balance between the two. You being a teacher, you cannot say that it is the work of a girl to wipe the blackboard, it is the work of a girl to sweep the classroom, it is the work of a boy to carry the bench. Anybody can do anything. right? We believe in general neutrality, which means we believe in gender conformity. All right, let's see the next question now. Question number 14. Blank should be followed by the teacher to facilitate learning of children from diverse backgrounds. Standardized curriculum, textbook centric pedagogy, differentiated instructional styles, or summative assessment. This is also a very easy question. So your correct answer here is, you can see very easily, it is number 3. So differentiated instructional styles should be followed by the teacher to facilitate learning of children from diverse backgrounds. We know that children are coming from different backgrounds. Some are coming from poor backgrounds, some are coming from rich background, some are coming from illiterate background, some are coming from literate background. So we have diversity in the classroom. So in order to meet the diversity of the classroom, a teacher should use differentiated instructional medium or instructional styles. All right, so to ensure effective learning for all students in the classroom, teacher need to develop sensitivity to individual differences of the learners. All right, and standardized curriculum supports the level of equity by ensuring all students have access to the curriculum, which have been found adequate representation of their communities or of their background. All right, let's see the next one now. Question number 15. So which of the following statements about assessment of children is not correct? Again, you see a negative word here, which means all the 4 will be correct except one which will be wrong. So which one is correct? I mean, what they asking, which of the following statement about assessment of children is not correct? So 1 will be wrong, another 3 will be correct here. So assessment should be undertaken to facilitate learning and should involve diverse tool. So what do you think about this? Of course, this is good, true. Assessment should always be conducted as an activity separate from teaching learning. So what will you say about this? This is also correct. Assessment should give the teacher an opportunity to reflect upon her pedagogical strategies. Then again, let's see another option for assessment should focus upon cognitive, physical as well as psychological. Very true. So which one is the wrong answer here? So the wrong answer here is option number 3, that is assessment should give the teacher an opportunity to reflect upon her pedagogical strategies. Why the teacher needs assessment? It is the child who needs the assessment, right? So what happens is that assessment is what? It is the process of collecting information with regard to the abilities, to the interest, to the aptitude, to the personality and attitude of the learners. It is a process oriented, it is process oriented approach that is used to identify the areas for improvement of the learners. It is used to determine the outcomes, process and the learning approaches of the learners. And during instruction, what happens, assessment can be used to determine what students are learning, so that if there is need, the teacher can adjust according to the need of the learner. It is normally said that assessment also help the teachers to analyze their teaching approach to learning before, during or after the program of course, which gives an idea to them whether they have been successful in giving what they have prepared or what they have planned or not yet, or whether they need improvement. But of course, whenever we are choosing MCQ questions, we have to go with the most suited one. All right, let's go to question number 16 now. Inclusion in education implies that students are given admission selectively on the basis of their abilities. Students make adjustment as per the demands of school. All students study in same school irrespective of their differences. Students with disabilities study separately in special schools. Inclusion in education implies what? Which one will you give as your correct answer here? So the correct answer is, they are asking you the meaning of inclusive education. It means number 3, it means that all students study in same school irrespective of their differences, which means the specially able child along with the normal child will study in the same school, in the same classroom, irrespective of their problems, whatever they are having, right? So inclusive education values what? It values the diversity and the unique contributions each student brings to the classroom. in a truly inclusive setting, what happens, every normal and abnormal, it is not good to use actually the word abnormal, every normal and special child feels safe and a sense of belonging. All right, students and their parents participate in setting up learning goals and take part in decisions that affect them positively. Right, let's go to the next question now. Question number 17. So which of the following disability cause challenges in reading and comprehending the written material? Which of the following disability affect the reading and understanding? Reading and understanding is affected in which of the following disabilities? Locomotor? No. Hearing impairment? Dyscalculia? No. Dyslexia? So which one according to you is the best suited one here in 17? Of course it is the dyslexia, right? Dyslexia. So dyslexia is a language processing disorder, all right, that impacts reading and comprehension. So you have to remember this dyslexia. It is very important from your exam point of view. Now question number 18. So which of the following will hinder inclusion of learners from disadvantaged and deprived groups? So which of the following options will affect negatively the inclusion of learners from disadvantaged group? Flexible curriculum, decontextualized content, learner-centered pedagogy, comprehensive evaluation. Which of these will affect, hinder? So what is your answer here? It is contextualized content. All right, so contextualization is the act or process of putting information into context, making sense of information from the situation or location. All right, now decontextualized assessment includes what? It includes writing exams and term papers which are suitable for assessing declarative knowledge and do not necessarily have a correct connection from classroom with the real life context or real life situation. All right, let's go to the next one now. Question number 19. Use of diverse pedagogical strategies by the teacher will help in inclusion of what? Inclusion of students with speech impairment, students with visual impairment, students with giftedness, creative students. So the best answer you see here, everything, right? Which means option number 4. Let's go to the next question now. Question number 20. So what does question number 20 say? Which of the following is a correctly matched pair of appropriate accommodation strategy for inclusion of students with specified disabilities? So which of the following is a correctly matched pair? Which are the matching ones and which is not matching? You have to just see that. This graph here. Ensuring compulsory writing on unrules sheets. Then we have, let's see other options. Dyslexia, giving text with mixed uppercase and small letters for reading. Locomotor disability, provision of classes on the ground floor. Then visual impairment, using sign languages for communication. So what was the question asked here? Where's the question? It is 20, right? So which of the following is a correctly matched pair? So which one is correct? They're asking. Only one is correct here, all right? So which one do you think will be the correct one? So of course we can see here that this is question number 20. So number 3 says locomotor disability, provision of classes on ground floor, which means the classroom should be on the ground floor for the people who are having locomotor disabilities, which means movement disabilities. They are not able to walk. According to the Persons with Disability Act of 1995, you know that PWD Act, that is Persons with Disability Act, was passed in 1995, right? So locomotor disability means what? It means the disability of the bones, joint or muscles leading to substantial restriction of the movement of limbs or any form of cerebral palsy. All right, let's go to the next question now. Question number 21. Which of the following facilitates students thinking? Which of the following facilitates students thinking? You have to choose a positive word. Drill and practice, coping without understanding, discussion with peers, passive listening. No passive listening, no coping. Drill and practice, discussion with peers. So 1 or 3. Which one do you think is your correct answer here? So it is the third one. There is discussion with peers. So whenever It is generally assumed that active engagement of students during discussions with peers, some of whom know the correct answers, lead to increased conceptual understanding of the child. So they should be encouraged more and more group activities. Now question number 22. It is important to blank situations where the students are blank listeners for long period of time. It is important to avoid situations where the students are, you know, where the students are what? Listeners for long. All right. So it is important to what? It is important to reinforce. It is important to reinforce situations where the students are docile listeners for long period of time. So your correct answer here is option number 4. Alright, let's go to the next question now. Which of the following is correct in context of learning? Students learn best when they participate in culturally irrelevant activities. See negative word. Students learn best when they participate in meaningful activities. Students learn least when they participate in culturally relevant activities. Students learn least when they participate in what? So you can see they are using negative word here. See, least, here also irrelevant. So which one do you think will be the correct answer? Of course, second one is the correct answer. Meaningful learning, teaches students important social, cultural, and interactive skills they will use throughout their life. So as we know that students will be using this type of skills throughout their life, right? This is the participation between peer and teacher and students. In the long run, what happens? Meaningful learning is the most effective way for what? For students to engage in learning process. Let's go to the next now. Question number 24. While designing instructions, a teacher should ensure that her instruction does not. Whenever you hear the word not, you have to straighten up your ears. While designing instructions, a teacher should ensure that her instruction does not confuse and discourage students, facilitate scaffolding, mediate learning, result in transfer of learning. I believe that you have already have the answer in your mind. The answer is number 1. You are right. Now question number 25. Which of the following is not promoted by advocates of socio-constructivist approach of learning? Conditioning of behavior, discovery learning, scaffolding, use of cultural tools. Of course, you see one negative sentence here. Which one? Which of the following is not promoted by advocates of social constructivist approach of learning? Conditioning of behavior, discovery learning, scaffolding, or use of cultural tools? Which one? So the correct answer is option number 2, that is discovery learning. So discovery learning is undermined in social constructivist approach. All right, so social constructivist approach is what? Is an approach of learning which gives primacy to collaborative learning by involving learners in discussions and projects related to real life situation. And some of the characteristics of social constructivist approach can be, it emphasizes on collaboration with others for learning. It ensures that active involvement of learners, promotes peer tutoring. It allows learners to foster their own strategies, their own ideas, their own abilities, their own activities. It views learners as makers of meaningful and creators of knowledge through social interaction with their peers and one another. Let's go to the next question now. Question number 26. In order to enhance problem solving skill of students, which of the following is good strategy? Create situation that demands application of knowledge. Give list of facts to rote memorization. No. Instruct students to copy written information. No. Teach content for getting good marks in exam. No. So I already got the correct answer. What about you? I hope you also got the right answer. That is number A. Alright, number A is the correct answer here. Then question number 27. A teacher should deal with misconception among children by identify but not attending the misconception, providing opportunities to counter the misconception, punishing. No. Referring them straight to remedial teacher. No. I already got the correct answer. What about you? I hope you also got it right. So the correct answer is providing opportunities to counter the misconception of the students. We teachers should give as much opportunities as possible to the learners. All right. 28. Shame is blamed to process of learning. shame is essential, or shame is harmful, or shame is not related, or shame is significant? What do you think about it? So of course, shame is what? Shame is harmful. Shame is not good. When you want to learn something, you should not feel shy, right? You should not feel shy. You should be free and frank in order to understand what you really want to understand. You should be able to ask questions. You should be able to raise questions. You should be able to discuss. You should be able to open up. You should be able to speak in front of the whole class, right? Question number 29. The shift proposed in National Education Policy 2020 is from standardized to flexibility, formative to summative assessment, conceptual understanding to learning for exams, multidisciplinary to rigidity. It cannot be. So which one do you think will be your correct answer? Of course, the correct answer is standardization to flexibility. We should be moving more and more. We should be becoming more and more flexible. All right. Now the last question is, learning should be directed towards blank rather than blank. Now what is your thought on this? Which one do you think will be your correct answer? Learning should be directed towards memorization? No. Imitation? No. Competition? No. Learning should be directed toward understanding rather than memorization. So your correct answer here is option number 4. So I hope this was clear to you. I was able to explain to you about little bit about the previous year's question paper of 2022. As you can see, 2022 January. All right, so paper 2. So I will be explaining to you other subjects also. So my dear friends, it is very important for you to pick up the question papers PYQs, because maximum of the questions are repeated, because I have already qualified Ctet exam, so I know what type of questions are asked. So if you follow my channel, if you like, share and subscribe to my channel, I believe that you will succeed in this coming Ctet examination 2024. So wishing you all the best, each and every one of you. Thank you everyone for staying connected with the Shok Tutorials, Meghalaya's first embedded channel. Thank you.